Okay, so probability distribution says our first question. The weight of W bags of rice follows a normal distribution with a mean of 1,000, standard deviation of 4 grams.
I love this.
Find the probability that a bag of rice chosen at random weighs between 990 and 103. So, how is W distributed?
1,000,
4 squared.
And?
Yeah, W,
I mean, normally distributed
4,000.
with a mean of 1,000 and
standard deviation of 4
and a variance of 4 squared. Remember, it's mean and variance when you write it like this. When we put it into the calculator, it's just standard deviation we put in. This is different. So it is mean and variance in the notation. So we want the probability that the weight is between 990 and 104. Sorry, 1004.
0.835.
Check it on the calculator. Menu, probability, distributions, normal. We want from 990 to 1004. Here we put in the mean, but here we put in the standard deviation, just 4. Remember, we put in 4 here for this one. We get 0.835. 0.835. Here we put in the variance, which is the standard deviation squared. So when you note it on your paper, write this down now using the correct notation. You have to have the correct notation on the exam to get the method point. B. Yeah.
Is this the paper here?
Yeah. 95% of the bags of rice weigh less than K. Find the value of K. So it's going to be an inverse normal, but we'll include a sketch. So K is here, isn't it? Because we have 95 weigh less. So this area is 0.95. Remember when you do the inverse normal, it's always the left tail. It's always the left tail. So if you have an inverse normal which is greater than a certain value,
Switch it, 1 minus.
you have to switch it. We all follow that one? Do you remember?
Can you read some?
It's the left tail always. So this means that the probability that W is less than K is equal to 0.95. Let's try that on the calculator. So menu, probability distributions, inverse normal. The area is 0.95. We still have 1,000, and we still have 4.
So I have a question. Do you happen to have a disposable cup that I
don't have disposable cups. So this gives us 1,006.58. I think I wouldn't answer this with 3 significant figures.
4?
I think I answer it with 5 or 5 or 6.
Too specific, yeah.
So this implies that K is equal to 1006.85. You could give both like this, 10, because this to 3 significant figures is that, isn't it?
Wait, is there a minor on this or the T and 5 squared?
So if you're a little nervous about rounding a number like this one, then give more significant figures, but always round correctly. Always round correctly.
Why is it rounded to 1, 0?
Oh, yeah, okay.
What?
Yeah, exactly. It's three significant figures is here.
Yeah.
So we're rounding and cutting off the
Oh, so you
6.85.
make it one.
Yeah?
In questions that are similar to this, sometimes you have to do like 1 minus 0.95.
Yeah, how do you know?
Why do you do that?
Left tail. When you do the, if you notice when we put in K,
It says P of right V is greater than K. I don't have to do.
yeah, if we read the question says 95% of bags weigh less than K. So I draw this diagram. If the question had said 95 bags weigh more than K, then the area would be here. But if you see how I'm putting it into the calculator, there's no way of differentiating those two. Here on the calculator, when we did the menu, probability, distributions, inverse normal, I can only put in the area. I don't say whether it's a left tail or a right tail. So how does it know the difference? It doesn't know the difference. It only ever does a left tail. So for this one, you would have to enter this area, which is 1 minus 0.95, which is 0.05. So to get the K if it was here, if you had the question 95% of bags weigh more than K, you would have to use that technique.
So when it says more than you minus
Draw the diagram. It only gives you a left tail. One of the harder questions is when you have an area which is between 2 points to find. And then you've got to do two probabilities. Those are the hardest part. So C, for a bag of rice chosen at random, the probability is between, for a bag of rice chosen at random, the probability of 1 minus A is less than W, 1 plus A is equal to 0.9. Find the value of A. How are we going to do this? I don't even know yet.
So did I happen to
Sir, A
leave
is
my
worse than
laptop
K,
charger?
not gonna lie.
Did I happen to leave my laptop charger here?
No, I did see when I on the thing this morning.
I mean, this is so good.
A white one.
So good. Yeah, but I did the other set of questions. Questions I don't say I didn't.
How does the diagram look?
I studied it.
How does the diagram look?
Which one was it?
I did number one.
How does the diagram look? Mila, focus. How does the diagram look? What is the mean?
1,000.
1,000.
Wrong.
Here, that's 1,000. The area that we're after is evenly distributed about the mean, isn't it? Can you see that? Here in the question.
Yeah, because it's minus A and plus A, so.
So the area we are after is here. This distance is minus A. This distance here is plus A. This point here is 1,000 minus A. And this is 1,000 plus A. And we're told that this area here is 0.9. So this area is 0.9. How do we get at it?
Sorry, say again,
Oh. To equal to 0.
Like the parts outside the area will be equal to 0.5 or 0.05 each. So then after,
So,
cancel that out
oh,
first.
sorry. So this area and this area in total is how much?
0.1,
How big is that one?
0.05.
Oh, okay, because they both have to be the same size, so.
The diagram. Drawing it on these type of diagrams helps you solve these problems. Helps you solve the problems. Do we see it? So this is 0.05. This is 0.05. So we want the probability that W is less than, what's this point here?
1,000 minus.
This is 1,000 minus A is less than 0.05. Have a go at finding A for yourself now. Have a go at finding A for yourself now. Use your calculator. Sophie, you seriously have to start bringing notebook and calculator regularly.
So, do you know anyone else who has a disposable cup? Because I'm feeling really nauseous. I've been feeling nauseous for like a day.
You want a glass of water?
Yeah.
What? You want to borrow my glass?
Are you sure? So,
Okay.
thank you. I'll wash it out.
Otherwise, there's some unclaimed water bottles over there that have been here for about 3 weeks. Wash one of those out in the sink and then use that.
Oh, that's actually
It's even better idea.
It's not very funny.
It's a glass.
You don't know touch it.
Yeah, but once you've washed it.
It's still around the person. You
So
know,
have you
the
ever
disease
been-
they have.
Have you ever been to a restaurant?
Yeah.
Have you drank from the glass?
Yeah.
Who drank from it before you?
Person.
Who?
another question.
But they clean it properly in restaurants. No, so it's
No,
not
they
the same.
don't. They just rinse over. There's
They
no,
rinse it with warm water.
there's so many.
Like fairy, they run so.
Okay.
I know how-
What did we get here? What did we get here as the answer? What did we get here as the answer?
Evolution.
Put it in inverse norm. And then
Wait, so is the P of W less than 0.05 is equal to 0. What?
That's soft. What is that soft?
I just got some soap and I'm not washing it. There's like toxic waste.
All right, let me do the question on the board. Let me finish this question up. Okay, so we need an area of 0.05. We've got our mean of 1,000 and we have our standard deviation. I've forgotten, what was it, 4? This gives us this value. So if we take 1,000 and we subtract that number, we get A is equal to 6.58. So this implies that 1,000 minus A is equal to 993, which implies that A is equal to 6 point, so this was 993.421, and this is 6.58.